Here's something I want you to think about. Imagine you got your real estate license today. Immediately, you have your license today. Then I put a buyer in front of you, and that buyer says, I want to buy a property ASAP. Let me ask you this. How long is it going to take you to find that buyer a property? I don't know, maybe a month. Then how long is your escrow going to be? Probably another 1 to 2 months. So best case scenario, if you had your real estate license today and you had a buyer today, it might take you another 3 to 4 months to see even a nickel from your first real estate transaction. This is something that a lot of new real estate agents, because they're so focused on passing the exam, don't necessarily think about. Think about setting a budget, right? How long is it going to take you to see your first dollar, number one? And number two, mentally, how long can you go without making any money? Now, for most of us, a couple months of slogging and not seeing a nickel, that's going to start to take a toll on you mentally and emotionally. It's important to remember that the best business people and real estate people specifically are the ones that have patience, have a realistic plan, and ones that are willing to work it. So again, this is not a get-rich-quick type of industry. It's definitely not a get-rich-quick type of business. I mean, the deal velocity for real estate transactions is so damn long, it could take you several months to even see a nickel. So as you plan out your budget, the average American will work about 1,952 hours over the course of a year. That's about 2,000 hours a year. So if you want to make 100,000 or whatever you want to make, you're going to divide 100,000 by 2,000. That's about $50 an hour. The question you constantly have to be asking yourself as you plan your schedule, right? Because you're an independent contractor. We don't get wake-up calls in the morning. The question you have to ask yourself really is, what are you doing every day in order to get you closer to your goal? And remembering that this is a very long-term business, and the product that we're selling is not something that people make decisions on relatively quickly. And even if they did, it's still going to take at least 1 to 2 months to see a closing on that deal because of financing and an appraisal and an inspection and the process of finding them a property. So the purpose of this video is really to just tell you to be somewhat realistic. I know I hate that word too, realistic. No one wants to be realistic. We're all dreamers. But we don't want to have a false expectation of what this business is. It will take time, but if you stick it out, you're going to find yourself in a great position. The question is, do you have the patience to hang on until that grass starts to grow?